the last 3 films before this, Wish I Was Here and Summer '03 and The Kissing Booth, you're all portraying the workings of high school and coming of age and sort of the gauntlet of those years.
Yeah.
And you didn't experience them. In some ways.
Isn't that funny?
Have you learned about life
Isn't
from
that
your
crazy?
films? Like,
Yes.
Is it weird to like study a script and go, oh wait, what is this prom thing
It's
they're talking about?
I know, it's so funny to me because when I was filming Summer '03 and I was walking through the halls of high school, I was like,
What are those metal things with
I
locks
never
on
went to
them?
high school.
What is this cafeteria
What
thing?
is this? I've done a lot of films now where I portray a girl in school, and
Right.
it's great. I love it. I have learned a lot, and a lot of my friends who I'm so fortunate I've met on set, like Summer '03, the girl who plays my best friend in that, she's one of my best friends in real life now. We met on that show. And,
Right.
I mean, a lot of them have had regular high school experiences, and of course, when you get to know people, you get to know about their lives. And I feel like through meeting people and friends throughout the years, I'm like, oh, so that's what it's like. Okay.
So you had a bit of a disconnect there.
Yeah, and I think that's what's kind of fun about being an actor is like I can pretend I don't. I mean, I did go to a prom. I went to a friend's prom. One of my best friends, Emma, she took me to her junior prom. And this is actually one of my favorite stories. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to prom. Oh my God, I'm mad. And I was like doing like research. I was like, I'm gonna get her a corsage because that's what people do.
You're doing prom research.
Right, I was doing
Because
prom.
you're not in class like passing notes about learning about this stuff.
And also, when I did go to school, I was such a goody-goody. Like, I never got in trouble. And the one time I got in trouble for talking in class, I went home and I cried. And so, like, I never even experienced, like, the rebellion, like, passing notes in school.
You never went to the principal's office.
Never. Oh, God. I was picked on in school for being a teacher's pet.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was me. But I was like, oh my God, I found this thing online. I was like, KFC does fried chicken corsages? So wait, listen. I call the nearest KFC.
An actual like thigh?
Well, okay, so I called the nearest KFC and I was like, listen, is this true? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Please stop yelling us. And I was like, wait, so you don't do a chicken corsage? They're like, no, ma'am. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, what are you talking about? I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. So then I was like, I've got to take matters into my own hands. So I DM'd KFC on Twitter. And I was like, listen.
And you have a few followers on Twitter, right?
A few. And I was like,
you could probably shut KFC down if you wanted to. You could just tell all your followers, don't eat there anymore, and the chain would close.
And the chain would close. Well, I DM'd them. I said, listen, I saw this ad campaign you guys did back like 4 years ago. I went deep.
You used your power.
Listen, for the good of humanity, I said, I saw that you guys had KFC chicken corsages as part of an ad campaign. Is that a thing you can do? And I have my best friend's prom and I want to surprise her. And they DM'd me back and they were like,
I'm not surprised.
They're
like, what? 9 million followers? Get her a corsage right now.
They were like, we don't, but we will. What kind of dipping sauce do you want with your corsage? So I got 2 corsages, one for me, one for my best friend. And I was like, I'll have ranch, she'll have barbecue. And we rocked up to that prom. Also, she was so excited. When I gave her that box, you would have thought I proposed to her. She was like screaming. She was so excited. We walked up to that prom with chicken on our wrists, and it was the most badass thing ever. It was so cool. So that's my only prom experience.
God, and it's so like all of people's prom experiences.
Yeah, it's so common, right? Like everyone's had a KFC chicken corsage.
You know, talking to you is interesting and all, but what we should do the show on is we should just sit here and DM corporations and see what we can get.
Let's do it because like I'm hungry, you know what I mean? I didn't eat breakfast.
Can we get like a car delivered here?
Should we just like DM Wendy's and see if we can get a couple Frosties up in here?
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.